Hello.
USA on the home, and thank you for choosing the Disneyland Railroad. And Tomorrowland. Last call.
All aboard! Excuse me. Well, hello everyone and welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. This train is ready to depart Main Street and we're headed for the first stop on our Grand Circle Tour, New Orleans Square Station. However, at this time, New Orleans is unavailable to any of us to exit the train or to enter the train there at New Orleans. It's closed due to the construction at the Haunted Mansion. So we will be stopping in New Orleans briefly, either to take on some water or to swap out our engineers, and then we'll be on our way to Mickey's Toontown Depot. In any case, please remain seated, keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train, and supervise small children, seating them away from the center of the train cars and the large train openings. Welcome aboard.
I know, I just kind of try to steer clear, honestly. What a mess.
We'll also visit
The Jungle Cruise is the worst though with that, but the parts on the boats of jungle, oh boy. Oh, the wind! Oh my goodness.
Remember that for a safe trip, you need to stay seated, keeping your hands.
I'm sorry, didn't get you, did it? Oh.
We didn't know this was going to be a water ride.
Yeah, right. Ay.
Bienvenidos a bordo del Disneyland Railroad. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos.
That's for sure. Thanks for having a good attitude about it, honestly.
You do.
Not everyone would, you know.
Our first stop is New Orleans Square Station. But to get there, we need to pass through the wilds of Fantasyland. It may seem peaceful from here, but trust
I have that,
me, it's
and
a
I do
real
that
jungle out
sometimes.
there.
But
Literally.
the trouble is
So
if
be on the
they're
lookout.
moving or if the
You
wind
just
is
never
blowing
know
in the
what
right direction,
might be
like
lurking
that,
along
you
the
know?
way.
And then that'd be even worse. It's like, she put the water on me.
Yeah.
At least if it falls off naturally, you know.
Just ahead is New Orleans Square Station. This station also serves Frontierland
Oh, we got
and
our
Critter.
leopard back, or our jaguar.
If you'll be leaving us here, please remain seated until the train comes to a complete stop. Then watch your step as you're getting on. For those of you continuing on with us, we'll be resuming our trip in just a moment. This is New Orleans Square Station, New Orleans Square.
Alright, we are pulling into New Orleans Square Station. Please everybody just stay seated. We will only be here for a minute or so, and then we'll be on our way to Mickey's Toontown Depot. This station, once again, is closed and unavailable for anyone to exit. This is New Orleans Square.
Will at Tomorrowland.
Right. What's that? Oh, yeah, we're gonna be stuck. Well, stuck here, stuck there. Pretty view anyway. All right, everyone, this train is ready to depart New Orleans, and we are headed for our next stop, Mickey's Toontown Depot. Once again, for a safe trip, stay seated, please. Keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train, and supervise small children, seating them away from the center of the train cars and the large train openings. Our next stop, Mickey's Toontown Depot, your gateway to Fantasyland. Well, it should be okay then. These steam trains have been running up on each other all day today. One is the slow poke train and with the engine that's just, I think I can, you know what I mean? So, yeah, she was saying that we might get stuck on the river a minute, but I don't think so.
Not a bad place to get stuck, though.
Right. Comparatively speaking, it's not the worst thing that could happen.
Yeah.
I agree.
Better than getting stuck
For those
right
just
here.
joining us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Please watch your kids.
I'm sure it'll all come out beautifully in the end, but I have faith. But still.
We're now entering the bayou, soon to be home to Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Princess Tiana swears there's magic out here. And wherever there's magic, there's bound to be surprises. Blue skies, and speaking of surprises, this place we're passing over is chock full of them. Here in Critter Country, you can join Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, and other beloved critters on fun-filled adventures where anything can happen.
Would you like me to point out a hidden Mickey coming up?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah. It's coming up in just a second here. You see along the fence, though, there's the bolts and then the square washers behind them, like along the top in the second row too. It's going to be after this bridge, along the top, the second to the last post. I'll point it out. So just look along the top where the bolts and washers
We're now joining up with the rivers of America and entering the frontier as it looked more than a century and a half ago.
Right there.
This is
Second
my
right there.
favorite part of the journey. Around every
So
bend,
cool.
there's natural beauty.
There's
as
that
far
one,
as
and then
the
there's
eye
one
can
just
see.
like it on the long bridge, third post from the end, on the vertical post, not along the top, up and down. But we're usually going too fast. We kind of zoom past that one. It's harder to pick out, you know. It's just the same as that. Those are the only two we have on the railroad.
There is the revered Indian shaman, sharing his stories with those in the Great River Valley below. People like you have been riding these rails since the 1800s.
And the other one's on the vertical post if you want to try to see it too. Third from
Rather
the
than
end,
the
up and
months
down on the
it used to
vertical
take by
post, top
mule or
force.
stagecoach.
So,
Steam power not only fueled these
right
iron
there. Yep,
horses,
yep.
but the dreams of a whole new generation as it moved west into this great frontier.
Impossible
Of
to find
course,
somebody to
some of those
point it
dreams
out to
and
you,
the
I
stories
think,
that went with them
that
were
would be
pretty
a tough
darn
one.
wild and downright unbelievable. Like on Big Thunder Mountain, where I hear that mysterious spirits have grabbed hold of those mining trains and turned them into the wildest ride in the wilderness.
Well, folks, we are steaming our way toward Mickey's Toontown Depot, where you can ride Chip and Dale's Goat Coaster, or Robbie Rabbit's Cartoon Spin, or our newest attraction, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Toontown is also your destination for all attractions in Fantasyland, like the Matterhorn bobsleds, It's a Small World, King Arthur's Carousel, Dumbo the Flying Elephant, and so much more.
Move the train. I know it's up on the top there.
Oh, they did? Oh, bummer. Oh, they must be going to right now.
See, we didn't get stuck. All's well.
This tunnel signals our transition from the frontier to another kind of gear. the ones you'll find on Mickey and Minnie Mouse. Our next stop is Toontown Depot, official train station for Mickey's Toontown, a cartoon home where Mickey, Minnie, and all their friends live. Toontown Depot is also the gateway to Fantasyland, where you'll find many of your favorite Disney animated characters and stories. If you're leaving us here, please wait until the train comes to a full stop. Remember your personal belongings, then step carefully from the train. Have fun, and say hi to Mickey and Minnie for me.
Right now, arriving at Mickey's Toontown Depot. Stay seated, please, until the train comes to a full and complete stop at the station. This is Mickey's Toontown Depot, your gateway to Fantasyland.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Well, if you've just joined us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. This train is currently holding on a red light up at the front of the platform. As soon as that light turns green, we will be on our way to our next stop, Tomorrowland Station. In the meantime, just go ahead and stay seated, please. Keep an eye on the little ones. We'll be on our way very shortly. Thank you. Alrighty, everyone, we do have that green light. We're going to hear 2 whistles in a second, and that'll mean we are full steam ahead on our way to Tomorrowland. Please, everybody, stay seated. Keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train, and supervise small children, seating them away from the center of the train cars and the large train openings. Next stop, Tomorrowland. Welcome aboard.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
Another train in 5 minutes.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Y bienvenidos a bordo. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
As we leave Toontown Depot, we get a real nice view of the happiest land of them all, Fantasyland. You can see people stepping onto It's a Small World just below us. And, off in the distance, majestic Matterhorn Mountain.
Et attendez jusqu'à ce que l'autre vous demande de descendre. Merci. Por favor. Perdón.
It's awful hot up there. True locomotive, you know. Unless they're like considered outside, they aren't cast members, but they carry side by side. But some conductors like to become, they can or work as an operating in the roundhouse.
We're now steaming forward into the future to a land inspired by visions of tomorrow, both practical and imagined. Here you'll find rocket ships and star speeders, submarines and astroblasters, and, if you look overhead, maybe a glimpse of a March 7 monorail. This is the latest version of the first daily operating monorail in the entire Western Hemisphere, flying above Disneyland since 1959. Below the monorail, and us, are the fun-filled roadways of the Autopia. Drivers of all ages can get behind the wheel of these cars. No experience or license required. If you're into soaring spaceships or doing battle with evil empires and emperors, Tomorrowland is definitely the place for you. Speaking of which, we're pulling into Tomorrowland Station right now. If you're leaving us here, just stay seated until we come to a full stop. Gather your belongings, including lightsabers and astroblasters, and step carefully from the train. Thanks, and have fun in the future. For the rest of you, just sit tight. We'll be on our way again in just a minute.
If you are called to do it, it's great. We used to joke. 2 best things about being a teacher and crying, obviously. But all jokes aside, it's very gratifying. I love it. I know, right? It's not mine, obviously.
Alrighty, now going into Tomorrowland Station. Please remain seated, everyone, until this train comes to a full and complete stop. Tomorrowland is your destination for Space Mountain, Star Tours, Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters, Autopia, the Disneyland monorail that'll take you back and forth to downtown Disney, and so much more. Once again, please do not stand up until this train is stopped. This is Tomorrowland. Have fun in the future.
All aboard!
Thank you, just joined us. Welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. This train is ready to depart Tomorrowland and we are headed back to Main Street, USA. For a safe trip, stay seated at all times. Please keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train and supervise small children under 7 years old, keeping them away from the center of the train cars and the large train openings. On our way to Main Street, we're going to take a little detour through the rim of the Grand Canyon and the primeval world with dinosaurs. While we invite you to take as many photos or videos as you like, we ask that you kindly turn off your flash or any external video lighting as we pass through the dioramas ahead. Additionally, our New Orleans Square station is currently closed. It's unavailable for anyone to exit. So if you are going anywhere on the west side of the park, Adventureland, New Orleans Square, Frontierland, your best exit is probably going to be Main Street. Thanks everybody and welcome aboard.
Yeah, they've got a ton of construction there for the Haunted Mansion, so the whole station is boarded up right now.
To those who've just come aboard, welcome. The next leg of our journey will take us from the fantastic world of the future to the breathtaking beauty of nature's own design, the Grand Canyon. For your safety, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Watch your children and no flash photography.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado, tenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Por favor, no tome fotografías con flash.
That was the Grand Canyon as we know it today. But it wasn't always this way. Now, let's travel back in time, way back in time, to the fantastic past of the primeval world, land of the dinosaurs. I'd especially like to thank those of you who've been with me for the Grand Circle Tour of Disneyland.
That's right, folks. We are now pulling back into Main Street, USA. Once again, please stay seated until the train comes to a full and complete stop inside the station. As a reminder, Main Street does not have any ramps. We only have stairs here, so if you're traveling with a wheelchair or a stroller, go ahead and keep it full until you reach the bottom of the steps. And once again, New Orleans Square is currently unavailable for us to exit. If you would like to go anywhere on the west side of the park, New Orleans Square, Critter Country, Adventureland, Frontierland, this is your closest exit on the train. Thanks everybody for riding with us, and have a magical day.